regular updates.
Yeah, anything like that?
No, my process was okay.
Okay, good. So it does work.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Any other questions from the floor? I don't know. We have any from. Yeah. Okay.
There's still some latency, like 2 minutes latency.
Yes, sir.
What's your biggest takeaway? As you kind of answered benefit, what's your biggest benefit bringing back to your third year?
Good question.
I guess they taught me good programming techniques throughout the year, so I feel a lot more confident going into any programming tasks that I've been given. I felt like I was okay before the placement, but I feel like I've learned so much more than what I did while at uni for programming there than when I was here, because I feel like we learn a lot more theory-based things rather than techniques for coding. They teach you to program, but not quite the same as what industry are.
So, from what selfishly then, as somebody, a module coordinator for a programming module, what kind of things do you think we could do differently at a university level to try and pre-prepare? Because obviously not every student's going to go on a placement, so are there any things that we could do differently to help build those skills into our curriculum?
Yeah, it's a difficult one. And maybe it's because of the language difference, because I was using Python through mine, so we followed PEP 8 standards, which are just the standards online, whereas at uni I didn't feel like it really followed that too much. So maybe a tip could be to follow those standards. I don't know if that's what's attempted or if it's a separate thing because you're teaching people.
So basically we could have it so, for example, if we have an assessment for programming fundamentals, that there's an expectation that students adhere to PEP 8 or whatever, and so you have to make sure things are indented appropriately with the spacing between functions, these common structures and stuff.
And my biggest problem with the programming aspect was I would put functions as multiple things in one function, whereas when I went there, it was a function is max up to 10 lines, but often only around 5 lines. A function has one function rather than when I was here, it would just solve everything in maybe 2.
We do cover that in advanced programming, we'll just say that, but that's fine. Yeah, that's good. That's good to know. Obviously, that's the other thing I think I've heard recently is that industry has different standards as well, internal standards. They might have their own coding style guides and things like that. So yeah, obviously there's no one-size-fits-all solution for universities, but we can at least expose you to some of the ideas you might come across in the industry. So that's just feedback for us to be The question was biggest takeaways. So that's yours. It's about sort of coding standards and any big takeaways for your
version control for me, because I didn't do too much whilst I was at uni. Like I put my stuff on GitHub and be like, oh, there you go, it's safe, it's fine. But whilst I was at work, it was you go to lunch, you put in a commit, you say where you got up to, you'd leave comments for where you're up to if you were adding something new. It's like, oh, I did this, this is what I need to do next. Then you put that commit away, and then you'd start afresh. Multiple branches, I have branches everywhere with meaningful names. Meaningful named branches really helps. But yeah, it just helped keep things organized. And there were a couple of times where massive issues came up, and you could just go back a couple of steps without losing too much, because there are loads of really close commits together.
Fantastic. That's really good feedback for us, because that I think validates some upcoming changes to the program, which will hopefully integrate version control a bit more tightly into the program. So we cover Git version control in OOP in year 1, which I think you would have taken.
Yeah, we did bits, but it wasn't too in depth. It was this is version control. You should do this, and this is how it would work. But I never really implemented it.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing is, I guess it's about reinforcing it over the course of the program. Maybe so starting it in OOP, getting the basic ideas, knowing what to commits and pushes and pulls and pull requests are. Yeah. But then maybe as the years progress, it's more of an expectation to use it in particular ways, and we can assess that. So yeah, that's something we're trying to do. That's good feedback as well. What about you? Any big takeaways?
Working on a team, I think, is one of the things that you won't really know how to do until you do it. So it's just being able to communicate concisely and make sure that there's a lot of communication going on. And how to do stuff quickly as well, how to do stuff under pressure. I think that was a pretty big one too.
That's very good. Any other questions at this stage? Good. Okay. Well, that's been exceptionally helpful for me as much as anything else, because I love hearing about what you guys get up to in these placements, and also hopefully some useful bits of knowledge that you guys can take away, and all future viewers of this session can take away as well. So the last thing I think is we'll close this round table. So thank you once again for participating in this. Really appreciate it. So at this point, I think if it's all right with Ben, we're going to have a few words from him about an upcoming placement opportunity and careers at Kinetic. So yes, thank you very much, guys. So first of all, Ben, thank you very much. Do you need to? Yeah, absolutely. That shouldn't be a problem. You got HDMI? I do have HDMI.
Huzzah! Yeah. So, I'm going to do the slightly weird thing now. Stick them down.
Yeah, it's a pain that. Not quite
Immediately down.
This is the challenge. There's going to be an open reach to.
So, I originally planned for this on the assumption that there'd be enough people here that I'd never know everyone's names. But I think there's enough people here that I can probably introduce myself to everybody. So, my name is Benjamin Higgett. You can all please call me Ben. I used to go to this university. I studied computer science here. Graduated in 2016. Over the course of my computer science degree, I decided I never wanted to be a software engineer. So I graduated, became a software engineer, went straight into a defence contractor elsewhere. Did a few years working for them, and now I work for a company called Kinetic, and I am one of the new team leads for missions systems, which is a mixture of some programming and a variety of has anyone ever heard of Kinetic before? 1, 2. Yes, I suspected you might. I must admit, when I prepared this presentation, I didn't anticipate someone being in the room who had already done a placement with the MOD. So this may throw us. So because I'm the sort of person that likes to get lots of audience participation, you three that have sat quietly this entire time, I'm afraid this is the part where you're going to have to answer some questions and talk to me. And in the back, where you will know the answer to the questions, I suspect, you're going to stay at least quiet until everyone else gets a chance to answer. Yeah? So, you thought you got away. You could come along, sit in the back, as close to the back as you can. No, that's fine. So, first and foremost, my title, fabulous, team lead mission 7. Does anyone have any idea what is a mission system?
Something that would like control what's going on for the task.
Not bad. Any other advances on that? That's fine. So, we define a mission system as anything on a platform that helps a platform complete its mission that isn't to do with avionics. Okay? So we're not talking about the fast jet part of it, we're talking about everything that lets that fast jet do its job. Okay? So hypothetically, if I was to pull up this picture, who can tell me what that is? In the back, you can stay quiet for a minute. Typhoon, correct, absolutely. So if I was to have a look at that and say to you, I want to remove the mission system from that platform, what would I have left? Yeah, you'd have the aircraft, that's exactly right. You would have just effectively the aircraft without any of the equipment. So all the sensors, all the effectors, all that sort of stuff would all be removed in the development of that scenario. Okay? So, based on that, saying that definitely has a mission system, what would you say? Does this have a mission system? Hands yes. Okay. Hands no. So hypothetically, if I was to pull up this picture, quite a few non-participants on the side there. Okay, you're absolutely right. The app does indeed have a mission system, its own mission system. Who can tell me what that is? In the back, you can stay quiet. Food. Again, if we were taking all the mission systems out. Typhoon. Correct. Absolutely. So, if I was to have a look at that and say to you, I want to remove the mission system from that platform, what would I have left? Yes. Good. What is it? You'd have the aircraft, that's exactly right. You would have just effectively the aircraft without any of the equipment. So all the sensors, all the effectors, all that sort of stuff would all be removed and developed. Okay? So, based on that, it definitely has a mission system. What would you say? Does this have a mission system? Yeah. So licensing. Hands yes. Okay. So hypothetically, if I was to pull up this picture, quite a few non-participants on the side there. Okay, you're absolutely right. The app does indeed have a mission system, its own mission system. Who can tell me what that is? In the back, you can stay quiet. Again, I food, correct, absolutely. So, if I was to have a look at that, and say to you, I want to remove the admission system from that platform, what would I have left? Yes. Good. What is it? Car, van, yeah, absolutely. You'd have the exactly right. You'd have just effectively the aircraft without any of the equipment. So all the sensors, all the effectors, all that sort of stuff will be removing the moment. Okay? So, based on that, that definitely has a mission system. Would you also, what would you say? Because this has a mission system. Hands, yes. Okay? So, hypothetically, if I was to pull up, yes, it's this, there's quite a few non-participants on the side there. Okay, you're absolutely right. The app does indeed have a mission system, its own mission. Who can tell you what matters? In the back, you can stay quiet. Food. Again, I food. Absolutely. So, if I was to have a look at that, and say to you, I want to remove the mission system from that platform, what would I have left? Yes. Good. What is it? Car, van, yeah, absolutely. You'd have the exactly right. You'd have just effectively the aircraft without any of the equipment. So all the sensors, all the effectors, all that sort of stuff. Removing the moment. Okay. So, based on that, that definitely has a mission system. Would you also, what would you say? Because this has a mission system. Otherwise, hands, yes. Okay. So, hypothetically, if I was to pull up, yes, it's this, there's quite a few non-participants on the side there. Okay, you're absolutely right. The app does indeed have a mission system, its own mission. Who can tell you what matters? In the back, you can stay quiet. Food. Again, I food. Absolutely. So, if I was to have a look at that, and say to you, I want to remove the mission system from that platform, what would I have left? Yes. Good. What is it? Car, van, yeah, absolutely. You'd have the exactly right. You'd have just effectively the aircraft without any of the equipment. So all the sensors, all the effects, all that sort of stuff. Removing the moment. Okay. So, based on that, that definitely has a mission system. Would you also, what would you say? Because this has a mission system. Otherwise, hands, yes. Okay. So, hypothetically, if I was to pull up, yes, it's this, there's quite a few non-participants on the side there. Okay, you're absolutely right. The app does indeed have a mission system, its own mission. Who can tell you what matters? In the back, you can stay quiet. Food. Again, I food. Absolutely. So, if I was to have a look at that, and say to you, I want to remove the mission system from that platform, what would I have left? Yes. Good. What is it? Car, van, yeah, absolutely. You'd have the exactly right. You'd have just effectively the aircraft without any of the equipment. So all the sensors, all the effects, all that sort of stuff. Removing the moment. Okay. So, based on that, that definitely has a mission system. Would you also, what would you say? Because this has a mission system. Otherwise, hands, yes. Okay. So, hypothetically, if I was to pull up, yes, it's this, there's quite a few non-participants on the side there. Okay, you're absolutely right. The app does indeed have a mission system, its own mission. Who can tell you what matters? In the back, you can stay quiet. Food. Again, I food. Absolutely. So, if I was to have a look at that, and say to you, I want to remove the mission system from that platform, what would I have left? Yes. Good. What is it? Car, van, yeah, absolutely. You'd have the exactly right. You'd have just effectively the aircraft without any of the equipment. So all the sensors, all the effects, all that sort of stuff. Removing the moment. Okay. So, based on that, that definitely has a mission system. Would you also, what would you say? Because this has a mission system. Otherwise, hands, yes. Okay. So, hypothetically, if I was to pull up, yes, it's this, there's quite a few non-participants on the side there. Okay, you're absolutely right. The app does indeed have a mission system, its own mission. Who can tell you what matters? In the back, you can stay quiet. Food. Again, I food. Absolutely. So, if I was to have a look at that, and say to you, I want to remove the mission system from that platform, what would I have left? Yes. Good. What is it? Car, van, yeah, absolutely. You'd have the exactly right. You'd have
use effectively in the aircraft without any of the equipment, you will transfer the performance of the based on that, would you also use the mission base combinations of space and the hypothetically, yes, if you non-participants inside that, okay, so you're absolutely right, the app does indeed have a mission system of its own, which is good for telling what you have to in that you just make flights. Yeah, but I think, so if I was to have a platform and manage to new mission systems for the participants inside that. Okay, so you're absolutely right. The app does indeed have a mission system of its own, which is good for telling what you have to in that you just make flights. Yeah, but I think, so if I was to have a platform and manage to new mission systems for the participants inside that. Okay, so you're absolutely right. The app does indeed have a mission system of its own, which is good for telling what you have to in that you just make flights. Yeah, but I think, so if I was to have a platform and manage to new mission systems for the participants inside that. Okay, so you're absolutely right. The app does indeed have a mission system of its own, which is good for telling what you have to in that you just make flights. Yeah, but I think, so if I was to have a platform and manage to new mission systems for the participants inside that. Okay, so you're absolutely right. The app does indeed have a mission system of its own, which is good for telling what you have to in that you just make flights. Yeah, but I think, so if I was to have a mission systems for the
There's another question, which is what is the main theme, what are the main skills that you use where they can practice There's another question, which is what is the main feature of programming skills where they can
One of my favourites anyone who's confident says, no, Anyone who thinks university will take wrong the process of the interview is proving your life. And it's not. We're all going to go through it. It's okay to not know. Frankly, admitting you don't know it, or that you don't know where to look to find it, one eye was pretend that you don't know it. Rather than a bunch of people who are you're not going to convince us that you don't know what to do. We're not expecting you to know. You have to admit that you don't know. Anyone who thinks